with Bryno's Brews, the show where I drink and evaluate the wonderful nectar of the gods that is beer. This week on the show, we have another entry from the Wart Wing Brewery in Dayton, Ohio. This is Esther's Little Secret, a milk chocolate brown ale weighing in at 8.0% alcohol by volume. This beer is called Esther's Little Secret in honor of a local chocolate maker in the area called Esther Price. I want to say this is a collab beer between Wart Wing and Esther Price, but I can't say for sure. If anyone knows for sure, please leave a comment down below. I'm looking forward to this one, as I do with any beer that I review on this show. This is a chance for Wart Wing to redeem itself, as their last beer was a little bit on the flat side. I hope they get better things from this, or I hope that the flavor at least overcomes that. Before we get started though, we have a special scoring system here on Bryno's Brews. Let's go over that real quick.
Scoring for Bryno's Brews is based loosely on the scoring system used by the Beer Judge Certification Program. In our system, a beer can earn a maximum of 10 points. 1 point can be awarded for appearance, 2 points for aroma, 4 points for flavor, 1 point for mouthfeel, and 2 points can be awarded for a beer's overall impression. And finally, partial points can be awarded in any category.
So that's how scoring works. So let's crack this can open and see what Esther's Little Secret has got in store for us. Let's crack it open. Small little pop of the carbonation. I hope that's not a sign of things to come. But anyway, here's where it happens. Let's pour it into the glass, see what happens. 1 point for appearance. Let's get started. Trying to give it some head, but as you can see, I'm pouring it as well, the head's coming up a little bit too. Up. I was surprised a little bit. I had to give it a little bit of effort to get some head, but it's got it. And it's retaining itself pretty well. Holding it up against the light here. Can't really see through, which some brown ales you can, some you can't. Since this one's a chocolate brown ale, I sort of expect to not be able to see through it. But you can see here, I don't know if you can see, but the head is still there. The color is very nice and appropriate. So far so good, it looks appropriate. So for appearance, out of 1 possible point, this gets the full point. Now 2 points for aroma. I just got a tiny little whiff from the bit of vapors that just came my way, so let's give it the full evaluation. 2 points for aroma for Esther's Little Secret. Here we go. Oh my goodness. It smells like chocolate. I'm also getting some malty hints from it as well. In fact, that's what I think when I'm smelling more than anything else is the maltiness, but the chocolate adds a good amount of sweetness to the aroma, which I like. I smelled the maltiness, I smelled the chocolate. It smelled like what I would expect from a chocolate brown ale. 2 points for aroma. This gets the full 2 points. So far, so good for Esther's Little Secret. So now, here are the big ones. 4 big points for flavor. Again, I've got very, very high hopes. It smelled very, very tasty. Smelled the aroma, smelled the malt, smelled the chocolate. Let's see how they taste. 4 points for the flavor. Here we go. It's very, very, very sweet. And it's not even a malty kind of sweet. It just, maybe it's the chocolate that's in this beer. I mean, it has to be the chocolate that's in this beer, because beer is not supposed to taste this sweet. I'm not exactly sure what I'm tasting here. Let me try it one more time. It's good though, but I'm not sure what I'm tasting. It tastes kind of like a mishmash of heavy malt, of good maltiness, and a little bit of the chocolate. I'm sort of at a loss as to how to describe this. I think I'm tasting more of the milk chocolate than I am of the malt. It's not super sweet where the chocolateness is annoying me. but I can't really taste a whole lot of anything else. I'm tasting some of the malt, but not much. And there's no hoppiness to speak of, which is to be expected. The can says that it has 30 IBU, so it is not a bitter beer in the slightest. I don't know. I just think maybe they overdid it on the chocolatiness. Maybe I was hoping for more of a balance between malt and chocolate, but I'm getting a little too much chocolate here. It's still good though. It's not going to get the full 4 points, but I feel very, very comfortable giving this beer 3 points out of 4 for flavor. Almost home, 2 more rounds to go. Next comes 1 point for the mouthfeel, that is carbonation and the body. Let's top it off ever so slightly. Alright, 1 point for mouthfeel. Here we go. I think the sweetness of this beer kind of throws the body off a little bit. It's supposed to be 8.0% alcohol, so I expect a lot of body, but the sweetness I think gets in the way of that. I can't really appreciate the full bodiness of this when there's so much chocolate and sugar in there. And unfortunately, as you can see here, the carbonation has died off significantly. So while this can is sort of an improvement over the last wort wing beer that we saw here, still has room to improve. I mean, I don't expect brown ales to have a lot of carbonation, but this has almost none to speak of. Very, very little. I'm going to be a little bit cruel to Esther, and out of 1 point, I'm only going to give it 1/4 point for mouthfeel. Now, for the overall impression. It's good, but it's not great. I had higher expectations for this beer. I think chocolate goes better with stouts and porters than it does with a brown ale. I mean, we expect heavy sweetness from a porter. We expect strong flavors from a stout. Chocolate goes well with that. You would expect chocolate to go well with a brown ale, and maybe done properly it would. Here, it's again good but not great. I think it's way too sweet, and the carbonation again it didn't totally ruin it this time. I got enough so I could get some of the aroma. Oddly enough, the lack of carbonation in this beer, it sort of really doesn't matter. I think what's really distracting from it is just that there's too much sugar, too much sweetness. That's all I can say. It's still a good beer, and I'm definitely going to drink it. It's just not a beer that I'm going to go out of my way to get whenever it comes out. Out of 2 points for the overall impression, I'm going to give this 1.25 points. I have tallied up the scores, and out of a possible 10 points here on Bryno's Brews, Esther's Little Secret from Wort Wing in Dayton, Ohio receives 7.5 points out of 10. It's a much better effort than their previous beer, which was Mr. Mean, which I tasted about 2 weeks ago. But whereas with Mr. Mean, the lack of carbonation totally ruined it. This one, the score is brought down on a couple of factors. Again, carbonation played a role, but too much sweetness, just too much sugar. It would be a good dessert beer if there is such a thing. This wouldn't be a beer that you drink with a meal. It wouldn't even be a beer that you drank just to casually drink unless you're really, really into sugary, sweet stuff. So that will do it for another episode of Bryno's Brews. Thank you for watching. And if you have any ideas of beers that I should try on the show, please leave a comment down below. Thanks for watching, and have a good one.